All right. So the menstrual cycle is the cycle. It's like a woman getting her period, but it's the whole month-long cycle of a uterus getting ready to have a baby. So first, like eggs are being made. Then the uterus is getting prepared. It's getting thick with blood vessels because it wants to have lots of like blood supply for that baby if the baby does develop. Um, so this is what's happening during that time. So it kind of shows like up here what's happening in the ovary and down here what's happening in the uterus. So as this is like day 0, day 4, day 14. So it's like the uterus is preparing. It's getting like thicker and thicker and thicker with all these little blood vessels. So if a baby does implant on the uterine wall, like right here, there'll be lots of blood vessels to bring it nutrients and everything it needs. And then up here, it's like the egg is getting ready. So it's like this little sac containing the egg. It's developing, developing, developing. Finally, the sac goes up to the wall and it bursts. It spits out an egg. All right. So this egg, if it does get fertilized and implants on this wall, the uterus is all ready for it. All right. But most months you don't get pregnant, even if you want to. Right. Even if you have like 3 babies in your life, most months you're not getting pregnant. So what's going to happen is the body's going to go, oh, not pregnant this month, and that it's going to shed all this extra blood and like blood vessels, and that's going to shed away, and that's like a menstrual period, right? Is just losing all that extra blood, and then it's all going to start over again. So the wall is shed, and everything starts over. And the uterus starts preparing again to get ready for an egg the next month. The egg starts preparing and it bursts out, and it happens all over again. This bursting out does tend to happen at day 14. That's when women tend to ovulate. That is called ovulation, like the egg coming out. And again, I said that's when women try to get pregnant or try to avoid getting pregnant. But it's not always day 14 for every woman, and it's not even the same day every month for the same woman. So it's not like a surefire way to get pregnant or to not get pregnant. All right. So there's these different stages that we were talking about, like when the egg develops and the uterus develops, and there's all these stages. And if we were in class, we would be graphing them all and looking at them all, and we have a little memory trick to remember them all. But we're going to try to just cut that out because we're at home trying to learn all this, and that's a lot. But just be aware that there's lots of hormones that affect lots of things throughout this process. The biggest thing that I like to look at is this diagram. So if you look at the different hormones throughout the month, first of all, you can see why women are so crazy, right? Look at our hormones. It's like steady, steady, steady. This one goes up, then this one spikes, then this one spikes. So look at all those hormone spikes, okay? So that's why sometimes women tend to be moody at certain times, because their hormones are literally going, woo, okay? But the reason that's happening, like if you look, a bunch of these hormones spike right around day 14 ovulation. So it's those hormones' job. They're sending messages telling that egg to release and telling that uterine wall to thicken. So everything that's happening here is basically happening because a hormone told it to. So we might not memorize all the different hormones and when they happen and what they do, but just know that everything, this egg developing and this egg being spit out and then this little thing kind of shriveling up and dying, that's all happening because a hormone told it to, okay? And this uterus wall thickening, 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 and then shedding away, that's all happening because a hormone messaged it and told it to. All right. Erase. On to the next. And then next we'll talk about how this menstrual cycle, when the egg is actually fertilized, leads to fertilization and development of a baby. Pause.